Hey friends, how you guys doing today? I'm doing great. Hair is crazy as always, and I'm looking forward to talking about the UGC tournament and just like how it was formatted and some stories about the event. Whatever. Let's just fix my hair just a little bit. Oh, let's make it even worse. Yes. All right. So, I don't even know where to start. The event was great. The layout of the event was great. So they had a couple of they had like the side stations, the ones that no one really cares about. Um, you can still watch your friends, but if there were the big matches had had extra monitors on the stations. So there's like probably 8 stations there total, and like there's two, maybe 3 stations that had extra monitors, so you could watch from different angles and basically surround the station. One of the problems with tournaments in the past is when there's one big match going on, say like top six going for top four. So fuck us versus Allegiance. There are extra monitors, so if people wanted to watch, they could watch like everywhere. Like they could do a circle around the station. So the you didn't have to just like crowd like 3 to 6 people back. Like you had to like everyone staring over each other's shoulders. Um, so I just wanted to give a shout out to whoever thought of the idea for that. Um, just Proverb and all the people who work behind the scenes just think so much about like how things could be benefited. How things could get better, and I love it. Like, there wasn't really that with other tournaments in the past. There's always like a steady, like if people give you the idea or people can give you the solution, then maybe they can implement it. But no other tournament organizers, like, going to these small tournaments with AGL, with all the other people that we've been with, have really excelled as much as the people that have been running the tournaments for Chattanooga and for this UGC tournament, which I think were like kind of the same people if I'm understanding it correctly. So, it's just great going to these tournaments and seeing such improvement. So, UGC really set the bare minimum with this season, I hope. With the people that were there, I don't think any members of 343 or anyone like relevant was there, but just the atmosphere, like there's always enough chairs, there's always enough space, there's always enough everything. There was food inside the venue, so you didn't have to leave if you didn't want to, but there was food inside the venue, so you want to leave if you get the chance. Um, I don't know, it was just this season has shown that like LAN events are things that you want to go to and like enjoy. You can really enjoy the LAN events, and they just keep getting better. So hopefully with Vegas and with the finals and with the upcoming World, just everything continues to get better. Um, Not just the LAN tournaments, but everything in general. The game, the servers. Online, since there's online tournaments, need to get better, as well as these LAN tournaments need to just step up, like UGC has done recently. So to give you like a general outline, like not, it wasn't just that. So they couldn't get servers at the event because they aren't affiliated with 343 at all. So they basically made their own version of LAN at the event, which I was explained it was like it wasn't like 8 Xboxes connecting to the internet. It was 8 Xboxes connecting to one router connecting to the internet. So it was basically as about as smooth as it could be. So even without any help from people that probably should have been helping, they're able to do everything that they need to do to make this a LAN tournament. Now, I arrived there on Friday, or we go to the tournament on Friday, and I'm talking with Proverb. I'm like, hey, this place looks pretty nice. Um, honestly, since like the only thing that I could see missing here, like there's chairs for the main stage. Everyone could be interested in that, but what about the side station over here? Like, it seems you have some monitors pointing out. Like, what if you could have like a couch right here? And he's like, a couch right here? I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Like, I mean, yeah. I could see that. I could see that working out well. Like yeah, a couch right here so people could like, relax after their games instead of sitting in these like hard chairs. You'd relax, lay back, like have a good time. But that was just a suggestion. So we play our match, we walk out for a little bit, we come back for the All-Star match. I believe that was Friday. And what do you fucking know? There's a couch exactly where I said there should be a couch. And my goodness, it was glorious. You could just lay there, you could relax. You didn't have to like, when you're sitting in a chair, like one of those hard chairs, you actually have to like, position yourself really well. But in a couch, you can just like, oh. So that was just a great tool to, relax and just not really worry about things, but still be entertained because there's a second the featured station I would say it's called, where you could actually see some monitors and you can watch the game, so you could still enjoy it. Um, I mean, it's ridiculous. So other than that, looking at the main stage, like again, they set the precedent. That UGC or PGL Vegas, I think they went to Millennial now. They better just like step up like they have. I'm sure PGL has more money, but UGC they had three streams running. They had three streams running of the main stage. They had the main stage, like what everyone was watching. Then they had UGC Blue and UGC Red. Of all four point of views, of all four, like of the entire team's communications, like holy shit. Like why hasn't this been happening a while ago, right? So that's just beautiful. Uh, the only thing that I really wish we would have been told, like obviously there's Astros listen-ins, but there's in between games, there's never been like you could listen to people's communications, but in between games, it's always like you fuck around with your friends, you talk about things you probably shouldn't talk about on stream, and then I don't think we said anything on Sunday because Sunday was the only time it was up, but on Saturday, I'm sure we said stuff that should not have been on stream. So it would have been nice to have a heads up, like, hey, by the way, I mean, he might have to like some people, but not. I didn't get the memo. So that was great. I mean, again, like everything that I'm going to talk about is great. Besides just like two things, which I will get into towards the end. Um, I mean, I just can't say enough though, right? They hired so many talent, so I have so much talent. There's there's Wood, there's just a bunch of people that really needed like to see if they could go like to do what the people like T Squared and Elamite are doing and Walshy. So they hired like Lan Valen, Trey Try, and Wood and some other people as well. They got Legion and Joe Fries. So it's just like let's see if people can entertain, like if these talent can entertain the people, while also just like not being a burden. Really, because you still have the top casters, you still have casters or matches that need to be casted that aren't really like you don't want to waste your talents time on them as well, like the top talents. You don't want them to get bored of the tournament basically. So I don't know, like I just can't say enough about how well the tournament was ran. They use the same format as Chattanooga, where you play an open bracket until there's 16 teams left. Well, 12 for this tournament because there's four pro league teams that got seeded in. So they did that, and then they played group stages, and then group stages fed into a championship bracket. And I guess that's where my one piece of concern will come from, and I'm sure this was anticipated from Proverb and who else. Uh, I recommended in a stream or in my vlog after Chattanooga for some minor things could have been changed because I think having four teams in a pool and having the top two just advance and the bottom two eliminated isn't very isn't the best format for tournaments because you can get a pool of death. You can have one bad series and then not get the placement that you should because then you place top 16 instead of like that. Again, one bad series you get top 8 where you could have beaten a different team in the top 8. So I gave the idea to like on my stream afterwards because one or two of the people from UGC or from Chattanooga, the tournament organizers came in and they're like, "How can we improve it?" So I said, "You know what? Like, why not have the third place team go start in the losers bracket? So they start losers bracket one, and then you eliminate the fourth place team. Because if you go 0-3, you should be eliminated. Um, so I think that that's the best format. You have the open bracket seeded into a pool, seeded into a winners bracket and losers bracket. Uh, you start at top 12 for losers bracket one, which is the third place team. They face the losers, the four people that are in losers bracket one, that were seeded there from the third place of the pool, face the four teams that lose in winners bracket one, and then the winners of that get top eight. I think that would, if you could seed it properly, would probably be the best way to run the tournament. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's counterpoints to that, but I think the more games, the better. Uh, I was talking with Proverb about it for a while, and he said, "Yeah, I'd like to do that." And then he came back to me and said, "I can't do it." I tweeted out like we've already established these set of rules. So I'm sad that it didn't get implemented before, and then I still we like the agreed upon, I think, best format wasn't able to get shown at the tournament. Be like I'm just sad that for like we could have changed it at the tournament, but we just didn't want to because there's a specific set of rules, even though these rules are better. Um, and that's what's scary about these upcoming tournaments. I mean, I'm going to Vegas in 3 days, and I still don't know the format of it. I mean, I know the general format of it, but I still don't know what's going on because there's certain pro league teams that aren't going, and there's a team that dropped out. Like there's supposed to be four from the open bracket, joined up with four from the top, like the four teams that qualified already. But one of the teams that qualified already aren't going through. So are there going to be five teams from the open bracket? Is there going to be seven teams in the bracket for the open? If you understand what I'm saying, like I don't know what's going on, and that's so scary. Ugh. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything else to say. Just shout out to the tournament organizers. I wish Proverb the best because he's shown us like he's done his part is how I'm gonna describe it. 3-4-3. The game's gotten worse as time's gone on, but Proverb's been given a job twice in the past 2 months, maybe just a month and a half, and he excelled. And it's we can't like again. There's other people behind the scene as well, but they're behind the scenes. I don't know them specifically. So everyone who's worked on it, I would just like to say like congratulations on the events you've ran. Um, but with Proverb at the head, I have to specifically congratulate him on a job well done, and I'm very happy. I'm just very happy like about everything that's gone on for these two tournaments specifically, and I think there's more to come from him. So hopefully, I mean, I recommend him to like any place that he can be in Halo. I recommend him in his position that he gets there. So thanks everyone for watching. I've run out of things to talk about. I was gonna run a gameplay with this, but I just figured for this specifically, it'd be better just to stare at a camera and talk to it. You can either, I mean, you could have either watched with the watch with the camera or just like click to another tab. But I enjoyed this. I should just talk into the camera more often. I have a lot of things to say, a lot of people to praise. So maybe some more. I'm definitely gonna. I mean, the PGL Vegas is coming up in 3 days, 4 days, something I can't count. So look forward to more vlogs and stuff. Maybe more YouTube content from the tournament specifically. I don't have a camera, so I'd have to take it with my phone, but it's just terrible. Let's just end it here. 15 minutes about is it's pretty good. So thanks everyone for watching. See you guys next time.